All right, so I'm headed down to Titan to get this car dynoed. You can see the car gets a little jumpy in the morning until it's warmed up. I think that's from the little bit of research I've done and what other guys have said, I think that's a condition of the long tube headers and, you know, a cold start or a cold car. I don't think it has to do with the tune, but, you know, something interesting to work on, an interesting project, which I don't know I'm going to be the guy to chase it down, would be to try to tune that out. But I wonder what effect that would have on, you know, higher RPM horsepower and just overall drivability once the car is warm. I mean, in 2 minutes, that kind of shake or the jumpiness goes away. So just to remind you, I have long tube headers, high flow cats. We have a JLT intake, which is like a 10 millimeter wider tube, and then the Lund racing tune. So you know, when I put all those together, I mean, I guess theoretically I should be getting, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50 horsepower. I don't know, we'll see. I don't really have a sense for how much I'm gonna get, but I think the car feels faster, so I think we're gonna see some pretty significant gains. The temperature should be similar. It's 65 right now. I think when I dynoed it last time it was like 72. So I think the temperature is going to be very similar. The conditions are similar. Humidity is similar. So we should get a pretty, I mean, we could always correct it, but I think we should get a pretty accurate reading or a pretty accurate comparison. And of course, I'm going to the same dyno, but you know, it's a solid hour and 15-minute trip. So I'm going to drive there, throw it on the dyno, drive back. And that's the extent of what I'm going to do. And this time I was smart. I actually brought a USB thumb drive. So I'll have that. Let's put that here so I don't drop that in the seat. So another thing that I haven't tried yet, which I should at some point here, I've got the flex fuel tune so I can run E85. I'm still unclear. I mean, I think that you can run 100% E85, but I mean, I don't know that I would do that, but there's literally, I've searched every gas station around here. There isn't one near me. Another thing I did, I ordered MHT shifter, so that should be here, I don't know, sometime this week. I don't know when I'm gonna get it installed because I'll probably go down to Adam's house and do it on the lift there. It's not particularly difficult to install. They have probably the best, you know, do-it-yourself installation videos of any company I've ever seen. So the company does a great job supporting their product. They're on their second iteration of it, and the shifter, the Tremec 6-speed manual transmission is fantastic. And actually, it'd probably be fine with leaving it stock, but you can just see the quality of the short shift mechanism, the kit, you know, that MHT makes. So I think that, or is it? It's not MHT. It's MGW, or I think. Shoot, I can't ever remember. I think it's MGW. Sorry about that. But the quality of it looks amazing. And then everybody who has it just raves about it. So I'm excited to get it. It's like $400, and I think it makes a significant difference in feel, even though the feel is already great, really great. If you can improve on something, I figure, you know, why not? If it's not that much trouble. The other thing that I'm teetering on is there's a company that makes, is RB Racing. They make carbon ceramic replacement rotors for this car for the front, and they're like $5,000. So that's a freaking crap ton of money. But man, to have carbon ceramics on this thing would be super cool, especially on the front, because most of the dust is going to come from the front. And so if we change the pad material, change the rotor, we end up with, you know, virtually dust-free. And so just imagine if I did Clausen MSO3s, reduce the weight I think Pilot Sport Cup 2s are lighter than Pilot Super Sports. I'm not sure. But if we did Sport Cup 2s, lighter wheels, and the rotors on these are the multi-piece rotor, they're like 30 pounds each. And the RB Racing ones are like 13 pounds. So, I mean, you're talking about a reduction of, 16 and a half, 17 pounds of, unsprung rotational weight. I think that would make a pretty significant difference. That would be just a bonus for me to add on to the cleanliness of the brakes. The only thing I'm worried about is messing with these. I mean, these brakes don't squeak, they don't make noise, they work extremely well, so I don't know that I want to mess that up. I know that I don't want to mess that up. And so my concern is that I lose that kind of OEM operation that you get, with the factory brakes, of course. So anyway, just something I'm thinking about doing. I want the Snap-on truck to come to my house. This is one of my life's goals.
You want that? You want one?
Yeah, I do want some stuff.
Let me get off and give you some room.
My dream. What's up, guys?
Morning.
I want a Snap-on truck to come to my house. How do we hook that up?
Where do you live?
Every Wednesday.
The Villages.
The Villages? I'll have a guy out there.
Like every day, just like once a week, have them come to my house and
If they give out free Viagra in that neighborhood, I'll go.
Oh, this is like my freaking dream, dude.
Too much business.
I'd be broke. I need to get Snap-on as like a sponsor or something. This was very, very bad. I stopped in just to look at the Snap-on truck. My dream in life is to have like the Snap-on guy come to my house like once a week, stop by on like a Saturday, and I just freaking buy everything in the truck. It's gonna be bad news. I just hooked up with a Snap-on guy. I need to start getting like real tools. And so we were just sitting there chatting, and we're talking about having him come into my house to start to buy crap. We'll have to call it a business expense. I need you guys to buy more t-shirts from me so I can buy some tools. Always insane stuff here. Obviously super driven. I don't know why, it's just, I'm just not a big horsepower guy. So I've never, I mean, if someone gave me one, or I got one cheap, but I don't really have any desire to build one of these things. Like a 911 Turbo, or a 2JZ, or even a R35. It just doesn't really appeal to me.
Well, you made out like a bandit.
Here we are, back to the dyno. My favorite thing to do. I'm doing this for the people, for the children. Dynos for the children. So I'm put it on here with the intake and exhaust, and we'll see if we make more horsepower. If it doesn't, I quit. Gosh, that plate is cool. I can't wait to get this thing lowered, wheels on it, get it all dialed in, and then sell it. Kidding. Man, wouldn't carbon ceramics look freaking cool on this thing? Look at all that brake dust. Go home and wash. This is gonna be a car washing weekend. I gotta put the pedals on the JLT catch can, which takes about 30 seconds. I just wanted to get it on video. We're just talking about golden rule number 1. Can't do wheels until the car's lowered. I didn't even bring the big camera this time. I just brought this one, the little G7X. Strap set up. I hate doing this, by the way.
Strapping?
No, putting my car on this thing.
Oh, it's stressful for cars.
Yeah, so here we go. The part that I hate. Car going 160 miles an hour on a freaking dyno. Oh yeah, move it to sport. I don't know.
Traction off. What's the LC?
Launch control. Yeah, don't do that.
Do anything with that? Don't turn it off or anything.
And then on the steering wheel mode, just put it in sport. Yeah, I don't know if that makes any more horsepower, but yeah, I'd say we did it in sport before, so let's just make it the same. Become an old dyno pro here all the frickin' time. And I think we did fourth gear pulls.
Fourth gear?
You're supposed to do it in fifth, but things, yeah, you're doing frickin' 180. Bust that deal's chops because Mike's got this thing down solid. It's interesting, I mean, how much quieter the thing is. Those resonators. Brembo's pretty significant mid-range. No, mid-range.
Oh yeah, mid-range gain. Yeah. Good gain. Definitely picking up across the board.
Yeah.
It's not quite as much as
Oh, look at the
on top. Yeah.
low end torque difference.
You're,
Pretty
you're making big gain across the whole board.
Yep.
You're seeing big gain. Here, mid-range, you feel a lot of that.
Yeah,
below right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Then having more up top and down low overall makes it more drivable.
Yep. So what is that, 29 foot-pounds of torque peak and 30 horsepower. I mean, that's about what I should expect.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Gains across the whole board, full RPM range.
Yeah, there's our. That's it. So there's the GT3 versus the GT350. So is that delta made up by 700 pounds of weight, you know, in the GT3 and better traction? I guess there's only one way to find that out, right? Line them up. So that was, you know, so 70 horsepower difference with the GT3, and what is that? Almost 100, like 95 foot-pounds of torque difference. GT3 versus GT350. That's what displacement will do. But look at that. Look at that. Both of them. That's what I love. You know, linear, good old-fashioned linear power.
For sure.
Relatively flat. You know.
Yeah.
So you don't have a huge drop-off.
Engines for sure.
Yeah.
Two different views.
So my style. I'm about to buy an S2000, so it'll look, you know, be down here somewhere, but it'll look pretty much the same. So Project GT350, as far as exhaust, intake, tune is concerned, mission accomplished. This will probably be the last time this car ends up on the dyno, and you know, making, what do we make? You know, 30 and 30 roughly peak, but you know, gains all throughout the range. All right, so heading out of Titan now. Car made, you know, right at 500 horsepower, which is kind of what I thought it would do. You know, made about 30 more horsepower, 30 more foot-pounds of torque. I didn't have a whole lot of time to analyze the graph, but I think probably more gains, you know, throughout the red, you know, the RPM range. So it's good little project. I'm glad I drove down here, got it knocked out, just so I could kind of confirm that I'm feeling what I think I'm feeling. The first few runs, you took a little bit for the car to adapt. The first few runs, the car, you know, made a little bit more power, but the peak gains were the same. And then, you know, so I ended up doing 4 runs. And the conditions were rather similar. I think the humidity was a little bit lower today, you know, which would make some difference. But in general, we had similar temperature and conditions, and so the car did, you know what I would have hoped. So good, you know, good project. Certainly a lot of money to spend for you know, 30 more horsepower, but you know, on a naturally aspirated motor like this, I don't think you can expect much. But you certainly, as is the case in most conditions, you can't just add up what all the different parts are supposedly going to make. You know, 15 horsepower here and there. You know, it doesn't always compound on itself. So to make, you know, 30 horsepower is I think pretty good. So next project will be on to the MHT shifter. I'll probably do the pedals, you know, soon. So I have a pedal extension, and I have the spacer that spaces the gas pedal to get it up in line with the brake pedal, and then I have an extended gas pedal. There's SRP pedals. I think they're SRP pedals to replace the, you know, all three pedals, with the gas having a little extra piece that will hopefully help me heel toe better. So the other thing I'll probably do to this car again would be lower it. I'm waiting for the Eibach kit to come out, and I don't know if I'll do the Eibach sway bars or not, but I'm certainly going to I think I'm going to do the kit, and then I'll get wheels. And I'm torn between doing Clausen MS03s again. Are they MS03s? Yeah, I think so. The wheels I had on my M3, which are super lightweight, or doing the M52Rs, which, you know, aren't quite as lightweight. I think those wheels will look better on this car. So I may end up doing those, but I'm gonna wait till I get it lowered. And then again, I'm torn on the whole idea of doing carbon ceramics. So for now, that's how this car is gonna stay, and you know, the modifications I have coming up, and I'm just gonna try to enjoy it as much as possible. So anyway, thanks for following me along on this project. I'll have more updates, more projects I'm sure I'm working on that I'll be working on here shortly. And as always, stay tuned for more of this crazy stuff. Because what happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor.